Looking for a fun way to boost your English? Quick chats, easy tips, and a whole lot of poppin' energy, all in one place. This is Podcast Popcorn. Let's pop into it and make learning fun.
Today, we're digging into something super useful. Getting better at English pronunciation and listening skills.
Yeah, it's all about communicating more clearly, right? And really understanding what folks are saying back to you.
Exactly. We want to give you some shortcuts, really practical stuff you can use without feeling overwhelmed.
We've been listening closely to a podcast popcorn discussion that covered this. So our mission here is to pull out the best bits for you.
The most important nuggets, so you can make some quick progress. Sound good?
Let's do it.
Okay, first up, pronunciation. So important for just being understood.
Definitely. And a common sticking point they mentioned is words that sound almost the same.
Oh yeah, like the classic example they used, ship and sheep. Happens all the time.
It really does. One's a boat, the other's an animal. Big difference.
And the whole thing hinges on that vowel sound, doesn't it?
Totally. So for ship, it's that short I sound. Shh, sure. Your mouth is pretty relaxed. But for sheep, it's a longer E. Sheepy, P. Feel that. Your mouth stretches out a bit, almost like a little smile.
Right. You can actually feel it. Why don't you try saying them now?
Yeah.
Ship, sheep.
See? That physical difference is key. That stretch for E, more relaxed for I, it's about precision.
And Podcast Popcorn had a really simple tip for this, which I liked. Just slow down.
Yeah, don't rush it.
Give each sound its moment. They have this example sentence, the big sheep only jumps.
Okay.
And they said to try saying it really slowly, like, the big sheep only jumps.
Pausing between words. Feels a bit weird at first, maybe.
Maybe, but it forces you to focus. They suggested saying it 3 times a day, just a quick practice.
That makes sense. Slowing down gives your brain time to catch up. Think about mouth position, tongue position.
Which leads right into the other tricky one they talked about. Those th sounds.
Ah, the dreaded th, like in think and this.
Yeah. So Podcast Popcorn explained the tongue thing gently between your teeth.
Right. But there's a difference between the two sounds, isn't there?
There is. For think, you kind of blow a little air. Think. Feel that puff. Air. But for this, same tongue spot, but it's softer. More vibration, maybe. This.
Got it. Less airy, more voiced.
Exactly. So they said practice words like think, this, thing. Get comfortable with both types.
And here's a great tip they shared. Record yourself.
Oh, that's brave. But useful.
Super useful. Listen back. You'll hear things you don't notice when you're just speaking. It helps you pinpoint where you need to adjust.
Okay, so that covers some good ground on pronunciation. Let's flip the coin now and talk listening.
Yeah, because understanding is just as crucial. And honestly, better listening makes you a better speaker, too.
How so?
Well, you pick up vocabulary, rhythm, how native speakers actually sound. It all feeds back into your own speech.
Makes sense. So what was Podcast Popcorn's first listening tip?
Focus on the keywords. Don't stress about catching every single word.
I love that. Takes the pressure off. Just grab the main idea.
Exactly. Their example was, my sister bought a red bike yesterday.
Okay, so key words there would be sister, red bike, yesterday.
Right. You get the main story, even if you miss my or a or bought.
Yeah, you piece it together.
And they suggested practicing this. Maybe get a friend to say short sentences and you just identify those core words. Trains your brain.
Good idea. What else?
Listen to clear English. And their suggestion was maybe a bit surprising. Cartoons or kids shows.
Like Bluey or Peppa Pig. They mentioned those.
Yes, they did. And it makes sense. The language is simpler, often repeated, and the pace is usually a bit slower.
Easier to follow along.
Much easier. And they said don't just listen passively. Pause it. Repeat what you hear.
Active listening. Mimic the sounds, the
Yeah,
flow.
really internalize it.
They also had a specific exercise, didn't they? Something about writing things down.
They did. Pick a short video clip, listen to one sentence, write it down, then check how close you got.
Oh, like dictation.
Kind of, yeah. Just do maybe 5 sentences a day. It really sharpens your ear for individual sounds and connected speech.
Okay, cool. Anything else on listening?
One more important thing. Stress. Word stress and sentence stress.
Right, how some words are emphasized, spoken louder or longer.
Exactly. Like their example, I love pizza. The stress is clearly on love.
Try saying that. I love pizza. You hear it.
But then if you change it, I love pizza.
Different meaning, or at least a different focus. Now pizza is the most important thing.
Precisely. Understanding where the stress falls helps you get the speaker's intended meaning. It highlights the key info.
That's like a little spotlight in the sentence.
That's a good way to put it.
All right, so we've got pronunciation covered, listening covered. Now, Podcast Popcorn talked about putting them together.
Right.
Supercharging the skills.
Yeah, because working on both at the same time, that's where you see the real acceleration in your English ability. They boost each other.
Makes sense. So how do we combine them? They mentioned something called shadow speaking.
Shadow speaking. Yeah, it's a great technique. You listen to a bit of audio, like a sentence or two, you pause it, and then you immediately repeat exactly what you heard.
Exactly, like word for word.
Word for word, and trying to match the sound, the intonation, the rhythm, the stress, everything.
Wow, so if the audio says, we're going to the beach, kind of like that.
You pause and you say, we're going to the beach, trying to copy that exact sound and melody.
Got it. Like being an echo, but a really detailed one.
Exactly. It forces you to listen super closely and then reproduce it actively. They suggested doing it for maybe 10 minutes a day with a show or, well, a podcast.
A great way to bridge listening and speaking. What else?
The other technique was read and listen using a book that has an audio version.
Ah, like an audiobook companion.
Right. You listen to a sentence or a paragraph.
Yeah.
Then you read that same section aloud yourself.
So you connect the sound, the text, and your own voice.
You got it. Links listening, reading, and speaking all together really helps solidify things. They recommended starting with short stories, maybe using library audiobooks. Aim for just a page a day, perhaps.
That sounds manageable.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And the key thing Podcast Popcorn stress for all these exercises is patience.
Yeah, and consistency, right? It's not magic.
No magic wand. It takes practice. Regular, consistent practice, even if it's just a little bit each day. Improvement comes over time.
Absolutely. Steady progress.
So just to quickly wrap up the main pronunciation points from Podcast Popcorn.
Okay, hit me.
Practice those similar words ship-sheep. Slow down when you speak. And try recording yourself.
Got it. And for listening.
Focus on keywords. Don't sweat the small stuff. Use clear sources like kids' shows. And try shadowing or the read and listen method.
Great summary.
If you can weave even just, say, 10 minutes of this kind of practice into your day, you'll really start to notice a difference. Your speaking will get clearer. You'll understand more easily.
And probably feel more confident, too.
That's a huge part of it, yeah.
So the final thought for you listening is, which one of these techniques jumps out at you? Which one could you realistically try, maybe even starting today?
Yeah, think about how you could fit just a little bit of practice into your routine. Because even small steps, taking consistently, make a big difference on your English journey.
That's it for today's Podcast Popcorn. Got questions or topic ideas? Write them in the comments. If you like this, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more English tips. See you next time. Pop on.